The color that we're checking in with today is Daniel Smith Lavender watercolor paint. Leave a comment and share what you think about this color, and thanks for subscribing too. We'll be doing a little Daniel Smith Lavender swatching in 3 ways. Other videos from this Colors of Inspiration palette are linked in the description. The first example from today is a pretty light one. It's a Daniel Smith Lavender swatch in a light value, meaning we're using plenty of water just to get a gist of this color of paint. I also started out by putting water on the paper itself to dilute the color even further. When you're painting pictures with watercolors, keep in mind to use different values of paint for variety and interest in your artwork. It keeps the eyes moving around your painting. Adding more paint to the brush, we'll follow this up with a medium value to showcase more of the pigment in this Daniel Smith Lavender swatching example. Values in watercolor are created by rationing out the amount of water that you use to create darker and lighter examples. They don't have to do with whatever color you're actually using. Any color can create light, medium, and dark values like these Daniel Smith Lavender swatches. So let's explore this color next by painting an even darker value with lots of pigment loaded on the brush. Think about how you could use these variations in value in your own paintings. Other ways to change up the value in watercolors include layering the paint to achieve darker values and blotting some of the paint and water off the paper, resulting in lighter values. It can also be an interesting effect to just paint plain water around the edges of something that you've already painted, so the water touches the paint that's already on the paper, causing it to spread out and kind of feather into a lighter value at the edges of your painting. These are some thoughts on watercolor painting and value. Now let's label these Daniel Smith Lavender swatches with the name of the color we used so we can look back on it in the future and reference these examples. Watercolor swatches can be painted on a large page like this as part of a watercolor swatch book. They can also be painted on individual cards to keep in a box or hole punched and assembled on a ring to flip through. When they're on a smaller card, that does make it easier to hold up the color to a painting that you're working on to consider if you want to use that color. And when they're on a page like this with other colors and values, the benefit is that you can compare them to one another. Thanks so much for watercolor swatching with me. My name's Kathleen Arola-Johnson of Creative Solace Studios. I'm happy to have you check out my art tutorials playlist for longer videos of actual projects as well.